Hi there. Well, I'm on Xfinity. It's probably costing us $10 a minute. I don't know. But otherwise, my local provider is dead in the water. So I'm on a hotspot. I've got some music for you. Let's kick it off with Aquatic Conquest's new video, which is all about the contest. So let's go with this. All right. Let's see. I figure out where I am and what I'm doing here. Let's get back over to my channel and find our bard and kick it off. Maybe. There we go.
Hello, Mary.
All right.
Mary, try and sort this one out.
All right, girls, let me get you a link.
Let's talk about fish.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? What's happening now?
Baby, let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things.
Catfish, Blake, Chubs.
Let's talk about
What up, Mary Page?
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish.
Hi there. We're here somehow.
Instrumental break.
Hey, Cass.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Here,
Mosquitoes.
somehow we're
Squeeze
here.
into my corner.
We're going.
Yeah, my God.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
All right.
I think that one.
Yay.
All
That'll
right.
do. That'll do.
I know.
Love
Lord.
it.
Oh, Hamiltronic. This is my computer company on the phone.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
I'm still
Hi,
trying
how
to
are
get
you?
set up, Mary.
You're fine.
I
Hold
don't
on.
have my notes yet.
I know how it is. I wanted to see if he'd let me do a little unboxing. Not a big unboxing, but it's a little thing from Catfish Terry,
Somebody-
and he's here.
Yeah,
And I'd rather share
got-
it with everybody. I'd rather share it with my friends than just like on a video.
Okay.
I wonder. I'll wait till he gets done.
Well, he went on early, and I was just trying to gather my stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
he's
He was
live.
He was trying to get it. He didn't know if it would set up because he said he couldn't get a hold of the cable company until like 8 o'clock. So I think he got on early just to test it, to see if it was coming up, and it did. Good morning, Peplin. And welcome, Miss Fitz. Miss Fitz joined this morning.
Good morning, guys. I see Blake's is on.
Yes, he's up.
You know,
late.
this comes on very late for him.
Yes, so we appreciate you stopping by, Blake.
Yeah.
I watched his video this morning before I got going. Hello, John
Did you?
Larson. Yeah. It's a good one.
I
It
felt
was
like yesterday was a whirlwind. You felt like that the other day, but for me, that was yesterday.
It is like most of the time during the stream, I'm like listening, I'm looking down because I'm, and I feel like I don't, and then when I go back and rewatch the replay, I learn something. I'm like, oh, okay.
I just mean the whole day.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that
Everything.
after I left.
Told
And
ya.
it's still raining here.
Oh.
It's like a little drizzle.
Misfit, yes, probably if you'll give Father Fish just a minute to get himself together too. Hey, while I've got y'all here, you want me to do this? Catfish, you're here, aren't you? See, I started opening it, but Catfish Terry had a little giveaway one night in his live stream, and Amy from Sand Creek Aquatics too was there, and she won it. And she donated it to me. I think that's the correct story. I hope it was,
Okay.
Terry. I'm pretty sure.
Well, that was nice.
But I've had this for like a week, and it's been sitting here for a couple weeks while I was out of town. And you can see it's drove me crazy to open it up, but I wanted to do an unboxing. I thought it'd be more fun to do it with my friends. So we're going to tear into it.
Okay.
And Misfits wants to come up when we get everything.
Okay.
set
I just
up.
read that.
Yep. Hey, Andrew.
I'm on my other
Hey,
computer
Andrew.
today.
Yeah.
The one that makes noises when I type.
Okay. Oh, I didn't show my address, did I? Oops. Sorry. I hope I
I
did.
don't know. I wasn't looking. I was typing.
Oh, no, I got some stickers. That's what it is. Oh, I'm excited about this, y'all. I'm getting ready to, when I take this picture down right here, I'm going to make me a sticker board.
Are you?
And put on, yeah, I've got my thing from Jadron's Aquatics that if you joined his membership or just, even if it was just a month, you got all the stickers.
You guys probably can't see. It looks tiny.
Oh, this is awesome.
I thought it would look bigger.
Let's see. Am I backwards? I got it right. Looky here.
I know my window's so tiny because I have so many windows open. Hang on. Okay.
There we go.
Yep, it's good. It's Catfish Terry.
Catfish Terry, we love you. And look at this incredible. Oh, he's got it in a Pokemon little sleeve, but it's an incredible little painting. Look at that. From
Nice.
Catfish Terry. That is beautiful.
Wow.
I mean, that is really beautiful. I'm going to frame and mat it. I'll
Yeah.
get me a bigger frame and put a mat around it. I'm going to start hanging my art here in the corner.
Odd. You'd think if I was turning it that way, you'd see the jar, but I'm turning it this way
Yeah.
and it shows the jar better.
It's back.
Isn't that weird?
It's backwards. It drives me insane.
Just turning it that way just a little bit.
So I'm going to
jar. All right, so
add
here's
these.
my show and tell.
There
I
you
don't know
go.
if it'll show up.
I love the jar.
Tiny.
It's really pretty. Here's some other stickers. I don't know where Jack and Dan are, but ta-da! That was
not a
actually
good background.
That was actually the first sticker I ever got, was Jack and Dan's.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to show you, but with my laptop camera. Dustin's.
LRB.
Is that your collection? You showing us your collection now? I think this is too hot still. Wait for that to cool down. Very hot. Just made it.
Yeah. I just heated mine up.
I move my arm this way.
But I also have my big collection right here that I'm going to do a unboxing on. I keep putting up my address.
Oh,
oops.
I don't think I saw it.
But it's from, let's see, which way does it go?
Other way. There you go, Jordan.
There we go.
I feel like I'm slouching today.
And of course, in this package, I should have Blake's and so many others. I'm really excited. I don't know who all's in here, but I'm excited about it. Blake said, yeah, it was so detailed.
And sending you so much stuff.
I'm telling you, this is awesome. What did I just do? There it is. I'm going to show that again because this is really good. And to be a little small like that, look at that.
Is that like a postcard of his?
It's a little card. He's painted
on there.
It's like a little, see, it's about the size of a, like you said, a baseball card.
Like print, like he copied it and printed it, or did
no, he painted them. He actually painted that.
Okay. Marco is here. Hello, Marco.
Hi, Marco. And Roxanne.
Chubbs.
And Hat Trick. Oh, I see. Congratulations, Blake.
Oxy's Fishes. You can see my hands now. I normally do this, but it's cut off. I'm always like doing something and it's cut off and you guys can't see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm missing all my hellos. Sorry, Kit. Greg, good morning.
There was something I can't remember now. It's like, I wonder if Father Fish wouldn't mind if we did like something not fishy related for the very first thing in the morning. I can't remember what it was. Because sometimes I just want to share something completely off topic.
Let's see, I've missed a bunch. Hi, Thomas. Good morning. I loved y'all's video yesterday. It was so good. I mean, I enjoy that. That's something I think, and when you really like somebody, you really want to follow them, you like to see those little glimpses into their everyday life, especially somebody that owns an incredible store like Father Fish. Who doesn't want to see that?
That was neat. And he was going through his comments and going,
yeah,
you don't get to take that one off.
That was awesome. Yeah, Father Fish is okay, Thomas. His internet's down, so I think we're running on a hotspot right now, and he's trying to get it all set up.
Yeah, if we could use like the live stream link, that would be nice, because then we could like mess with the windows.
Right. Blake says go for it on what you want to share.
I don't remember.
Oh,
the problem. I don't remember what it was. I was like, Father Fish probably won't let me share it, so I.
There's Aquarium Cop. Aquarium Cop. I'm sure it is in this, and I'm trying not to tear into it because I want to do an actual unboxing video or whatever. And then like Blake did a great one where he set up his board and he put like the world on it and has all the stickers all over it, and it's really good. I'm not going to copy you, Blake, but I'm going to make some kind of sticker board picture that I can hang right here when I send this to Father Fish. And I think that'll be fun to have it right there in the background. Yep. I also thought about sticking stickers all around the rim of this tank, but I don't want to mess it up. I've thought of all kind of things.
I don't want to put stickers on my aquariums.
Yeah.
Some people like to do that. I'm just like, no, I want to see my fish.
Yeah, I just want to have it on a special. I want it to look really nice. And we'll try. I lost the whole chat. Good
I got
morning,
a lot
Hat
of nice
Trip.
comments yesterday on my jar aquarium.
Yes.
This one. It's been getting a lot of attention.
That's really nice. Let's see. I might as well just go through here and just say.
Temporary. This one you can carry.
Oh, yeah, Peplin. Says they're going to take.
Terrible. There's no light on it.
Oh, there it is. It's so pretty.
Little girl in there.
Does she have a name?
I have no names for like anybody. I think Sweet Pea. And I didn't name the other one. And I don't have a name for my male, my blue orchid male.
Yeah. I don't have, the only ones I have named is my koi betta's name is Dexter, after Dexter's World. I have Lee, Sue, and Alex in here. I have Lou over there, but I'm getting ready to start thinking about what I'm going to stock the 33 with. So, yeah, you folks, y'all better watch out. You're probably going to have a fish name. I've been trying to figure out what to name Benny and Joe, and I feel like I need to get 2 little pea puffers and name them Benny and Joe. I don't know why, for Joe's Tricks and Tips and Benny's Aquatics. And then aquarium cop, I'm trying to think of, I really want one of those, what is it that he has? I can never think of the name. The albino bashirs?
I don't know.
But I like those.
The common fish.
Yeah.
I'm not like a big fan of the larger species of fish unless it's saltwater.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's where I just love saltwater. I go and I stare at those tanks when I go into the store and
oh, they're so beautiful.
Like, can I get this? Can I get these? Really want a pair of clownfish?
When my daughter was little, the first time I was in the hobby years ago, I had a 75-gallon and 2 55s, and I had discus, cichlids, and angelfish. But I had the help of a pet store helping me keep them. Like, I'd take my water in, and they'd test it, and they'd tell me what all to do. There he is. Okay, we'll quit hinting. Did you see what Catfish Terry sent me, Father Fish? Oh, can you hear me?
No.
Okay. Look at this. I did a little unboxing.
Can you hear
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I got
Isn't that beautiful?
That's neat.
I'm gonna have to start me a collection.
Son makes these.
They are gorgeous. Is that who paints them? His son?
Little tiny ones. That's nice. Yes, his son paints them.
Thank you so much, Catfish. I love it.
That's
and then, of course, I've got
lovely.
Oh, I'm going to mess up my sticker. Wait a minute. About got it in my. I was just telling them, Father Fish, that I've got my sticker collection. There's my Jack and Dan, my LRB, and where'd they all go? I don't even know. But I've got my LRB. Oh, I've got Rose. Got Sand Creek Aquatic too, which thank you, Amy. She's the reason that I got this little picture.
Okay, dog. And is that a dog?
Then I have this, but I haven't unboxed it yet. It should have Blake's and aquarium cops and all those people in there. So I'm excited about it.
By the way, I talked to Ro yesterday, and she's fine. She's working full time. She does not have internet at her house, and her phone depends on internet. So she can't get to us until she can get the internet thing worked out. But that's the only problem. Which is exactly what happened to me this morning.
Right.
My internet is down. I was able to get an Xfinity hotspot. I talked to the internet provider, and he said that everything's fine on their side. So there's something wrong here.
Of course,
with the internet connection, and I don't know what it is.
They always say it's
whatever, right?
I get that a lot.
So, what's interesting is that once I got you on, you guys were on through YouTube. So when I dropped off, you were still there.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is-
that was interesting. Catfish says his son paints fish and he paints the scenes.
I thought that I heard you say you painted these,
Oh,
Terry.
I
Okay.
didn't know that.
So
Oh,
this is actually painted by Terry, by Catfish Terry.
Well, both of them. I guess his son is
wonderful. By
doing the
Catfish.
fish.
Yeah.
Out of sight. Yeah, I got the fish.
See, I
got
don't have any
some of the
fish ones
I don't
yet,
have
but
the-
I'm going to.
I'm gonna have to go on this live stream. Get
I
a
guess
seat.
I misunderstood. Is there a fish in that painting?
It's just, I think it's just a little mountain scene.
There's no fish at all. I thought on the lower corner there was like a fish in the water.
It's a little branch.
Okay, I guess I missed that then. So there's,
It's very
I thought they
detailed.
combined their artwork and worked together on the same one.
It's really nice. Very detailed.
Oh, that's quite nice. Wow,
Isn't it pretty?
beautiful clouds. Yeah, it really is. He's got a lot of skill.
And I'm
I
going to do
can't
this again because that's where it
Do
came from.
anything comparable to that. Very
Hopefully
nice.
you all subscribe to Catfish Terry. He
Right.
is awesome. He's
He
always
is
got some
asking
fun
you a
streams.
technical question, Mr. Fatherfish.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is that too loud? He's saying, what lights are on your
Podcast.
router? What lights are turned on your router?
Oh,
I don't know
just
if
the
you want
right.
to get technical or not.
I've got a TP link and I'm just getting a red light. It's not coming up blue. And I've checked the wires. I've checked the little box that it comes into, and everything shows that it's working, but we're not getting a signal. I have a tower outside, and it's possible that something happened on the tower. I've had that happen before. So they will be by sometime today. I'm good. I've got Xfinity for the day. So if this gets worked out by the end of the day. Plus, I talked to the guy, and he said they're putting a repeater on a tower that overlooks my building. So I'll be getting a much hotter signal coming in as soon as they're able to get that box up mounted on the tower. I have a radio
That will
service.
be great.
Yeah, and of course that's what this is with Xfinity. With that's the local Comcast people, and I really don't want to use Comcast, but fortunately they were there, and I was able to get on for $10 a day for the
I'll be
day.
right back.
But it's just for the day.
Okay.
What happened to KassCee? She'd taken a break.
She said she'd be right back.
All right.
Oh,
Hi.
Lee says your sound, I guess
Here-
the sound is excellent.
Oh, good. HereFishy, you want to come up? We'd love to have you, meet you, and get to know you a little better. Come on up if you like. Plus, anyone else that has anything to do, say, or show is
Oh,
welcome
okay.
to join us.
We've got J-Dog and Misfits Reptiles. They both joined this morning, so you have two more
J-Dog,
members.
you met?
Oh, there's Sharpie. Hey,
Wonderful.
Sharpie.
Welcome, J-Dog.
I got kind of behind on all the good mornings.
Yes. Foxy is here. Foxy, you can come on up if you like. Let me post this link again.
Blake's here, but he's just checking in before he goes to bed.
Really. Good to see you, Blake.
Hey, did you watch Alex's last night? Alex's stream? It was a good one.
Yeah, I did. I popped in on it. I told him I heard he needed a boot for his fish hatchery, his
Yeah.
shrimp hatchery.
I hope he saw
And-
HereFishies.
He rolled.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fish. Hey, Chevy Fish is in black again. What happened? How does it keep dropping her wrench?
who knows? Let me
That's
get
because
here.
they know she's too good. She's in black again. What happened? How does it keep dropping her wrench?
Who knows? Let me. I'm not kidding. Oh, here we go. Let me look. Chevy Fish, do a post for me, please.
Aquarium Cop, it's in my... I might as well just open this up.
Oh, that's for me. Yeah. Here it is. I got it.
I'm going to open it up. Oh, Thomas says one of my coolie loaches won't eat. Is there anything he can do? Ooh, wow.
Chevy Fish. Okay, Chevy, we got her back in first.
Here's how you get all these stickers.
Oh, look at that.
I'm just doing unboxings while we're sitting here. I don't know how many stickers are in here, but there's a lot.
That's really
a
nice.
lot of them. I'll have to go through them. Some of them, of course, I don't know if I've heard.
Who put that together, Aquarium Cop?
Jadrin's. Oh, there's HC's.
Jadrin's
I'll show you. This right here.
That is wicked.
And he made it for when if you joined his channel, you don't have to stay joined, but for the the $5 fee to join, he sent us out a sticker collection. And then if you stay with him through November, he's sending out some type of little prints, I think, like some fish prints, pictures. Okay, Aquarium Cop, I'm looking for this. I don't see it yet. Aquarium Cops is supposed to be in here, and Blake's. Oh, this may take a while. I probably won't be.
Thomas Bodanovic, one of my coolie loaches won't eat. Is there anything I can do?
Yeah.
Yes, there certainly is, Thomas. And it is discipline number one of the fish guru, which is to inquire as to your fish's well-being, and you do that through meditation. You need to sit quietly with your fish and tune in to his ethereal vibration, which, remind you, occurs on an aquatic level. So it's a little different than the vibrations coming through the air, because this one has to pierce water. So it helps if you put your head, or at least the top of your head, in the water in order to be able to pick up these aquatic vibrations. Then try to find that individual fish in your mind's eye. And when you do, then you'll begin to find ways to be in tune with your little fish and communicate with him in a style that will allow you to understand his issues and concerns. That's step number one in Fish Guru. When you get here this morning, I'll show you. Step number two is a little more advanced, and it involves putting your entire head in the tank and holding it there until I say you may come up. Thomas. So we got no signal here, Thomas. I don't know what's going on. Blake, thank you, Blake, for your $1.99 super sticker. Bless you, brother. Appreciate you. Thomas wants me to link him.
HereFishy had her first. HereFishy had her first killifish eggs hatch yesterday.
That's terrific. What else is going? There was something else here. I saw another. I don't know.
I got behind showing the stickers, so I'm having to kind of. I'll see if I can find it. If I missed anything, y'all just send it again or highlight my name or Cass's name. Aquarium Cop and I always want to say Fuzzy Bunny now, Curly Bunny. I love you guys so much.
Listen, Aquarium Cop, I need one number from you, and that's the second number of your unit. It's 4 something. Is it 4 or 4 6? I need the second number. If you'll give that to me, Curly Bunny's mug will be in the mail today. Thomas, no, you can't use scuba gear, Thomas. You really can't. It not only detracts, it scares the fish because he knows you're not on his level. You have to be on his level. So you need to learn to somehow breathe underwater, and that is possible. It can be done. It takes real discipline. Oh dear. I did.
Well,
post the
Marco
link,
can
I
help
think.
him scuba dive. Marco's a
That's
scuba
right.
diver. Maybe he can come help him.
I know. Marco posted a video on Tanganyika cichlids yesterday.
Oh, that I haven't seen it, but it's
utterly magnificent. It is wonderful. He displays a couple of tanks with a couple of different classes of fish, and it just really, it's a real problem for me here in the shop because I can't. It's a perfect example of what I cannot do here, because to create a proper tank for these kinds of fish or Africans in general, you need very heavy rock work. And if I do that, I won't be able to catch the fish. So I can't sell them. So it would be a strictly display tank. Super sticker from Aquarium Cop for $1.49.
Thank you, Aquarium Cop.
Is that a signal? So thank you, Aquarium Cop.
It's kind of blinking in and out. You're like freezing for a second, and it's kind of choppy.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, not much I can do about it. I'm lucky to be here at all, I think, frankly. We'll eventually have all this worked out, I guess. Yeah, it's gone. And apparently it's a bad wire somewhere here in the shop. So we'll have to get the tech over here to look at it.
Marco said, thank you, Father Fish.
Well, you're welcome. Anyway, yeah, it's the tanks are utterly wonderful.
Morning, BJ.
The maturity of the fish in those tanks is, I can't buy fish that at that level of maturity. The only way to do it is screw them out. I can get all of those fish, but only when they're little. And to be able to grow them out means having them in a permanent display, much as any hobbyist would do. But for a shop, it just isn't. It's not doable. Somebody's going to come in and want that fish, and to give them that fish, I wind up having to tear the tank apart. So it kind of breaks my heart because it's really what I want to do. Yes.
Here, cheers.
Father Fish mug.
Oh, Cass.
I just ordered a new supply of mugs. They'll be in a day or two. If you'd like to get your Father Fish mug, you may send $20 to PayPal, fatherfish@fatherfish.net. PayPal, fatherfish@fatherfish.net.
Hello, I'm back. What I miss?
Leave your address.
I had to mute my
we'll be
computer.
happy to
Sorry.
ship one out to you. Lori Vinker.
My son's school called, so I had to
Are you
take that
coming
phone
up,
call.
Thomas? What are you doing? I thought he was coming up. Oh dear. Yeah, I do want him to get up here because I want to talk about some of the
I
new
had a couple
stuff we're
questions.
doing. Yeah, go ahead,
I had
Cass.
some questions, Father Fish, from yesterday, if you would like.
Sure.
All right. Yesterday, a couple of people had asked some questions and we didn't get to them. Let me find them. Nicholas had asked, Nicholas Grahl, how long can fish stay alive when power goes out? That might have been.
I missed the question.
How long can fish stay alive? Okay. How long can fish stay alive when power goes out?
It depends on how many fish are in the tank and what the oxygen demand is on the tank. There's Misfit. Hi, Misfit.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you?
How's everyone today?
It's a reptile.
Doing good.
And good. Thank you very much for your new membership. We appreciate that.
Not a problem. You got to show my support any way I can.
Thank you, Misfit.
Appreciate it. So the question of how long can a fish live in a tank with no power? If it's one small fish in one big tank, and the ambient temperature is acceptable, and there are no other things in the tank that are depriving it of oxygen, then he can live in that tank indefinitely. The issue is how much oxygen is being used and whether it exceeds the ability of the tank to assimilate oxygen and release carbon dioxide. That generally is a function of what's going on at the surface. CO2 rises in the water column, so it'll dissipate into the air, and O2, oxygen, is dissolved at the surface and is brought down into the water column. The real issue is not aeration. The real issue is water movement. So if you have a lot of fish in there, very nice. Mary, if you have a lot of, excuse me, a lot of fish in your tank, what you need is to either remove some of them or you need agitation. If you put your hand in the water and move it around and keep moving the water, then you're going to be improving the O2 CO2 exchange. And that's the key to it, that oxygen CO2 exchange is what keeps the fish alive. If it's just one or two fish, it really doesn't matter, because it'll carry itself. If it's a lot of fish, then you need to get some of those fish out of there, reduce the pressure on the tank, get some kind of just, stand there all day moving the water with your hand, whatever it takes. But you need to reduce the O2 CO2 pressure on the tank. What are you showing us, Misfit? I have a bad signal, so I'm dropping in and out this morning. My regular link is gone, and I'm trying to get on. There's Daniken. I'm on a hotspot, and I just lost Misfit altogether on it.
Yeah,
Aquarium
he said his
Comp.
phone died.
Oh, okay. Mary, I need that number from Aquarium Comp. If you
For aquarium top.
I
Okay.
don't
Did
know.
he
I
write?
didn't
Did he
see
put it in there?
but he may have. It's the house
Okay.
number. I've got this thing here for him, for Curly
Yeah.
Bunny, and I need to send it.
Oh.
But I don't.
I'll make
He had
sure.
sent me his house number, and it was wrong, and everything got lost here,
Okay.
so I don't have the correct one. That's what I need.
Can you send? Will you send that to him again, aquarium cop?
Just the number. It's all I need. And I only need
Yeah.
one number, the second one. I got the first number.
Oh no.
What
Oh,
else
there's
is
hundreds.
going on here? Nicholas,
Yeah, Nicholas was saying they're looking for a generator now. Gonna go to
Looking for a
Home Depot on
generator.
Saturday.
well, that's
Good
always
luck.
the
I
best
know.
idea.
Hopefully they'll be in stock.
You know, if you only have one, if you only have one tank, you can use a battery pump that'll carry you for a while. It's just a matter
Okay.
of keeping. You can use anything that's going to move the water. All you really need is for the water to be in current, to be moving, so that you're getting oxygen exchange. That's all in the world the bubblers do. That's all the filters do. They just move the water. And it's the movement of the water that brings carbon dioxide in contact with the surface where it dissipates and dissolves new oxygen. So all you need to do is move the water.
I heard that fish are generally good for 3 days without
Oh,
power.
wow. Yeah, you probably need a generator anyway to keep your refrigerator going. I got it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Aquarium Cop. 44 House Apartment 46.
Okay, good. I was writing it down.
I don't understand. 44 House Apartment 46.
Is that the way he needs to write it on the address, cop?
40. So it's apartment
Oh,
40.
and can you drop the link one more time?
Yep.
Okay, I wrote it down for you too.
Okay, I'm going to send this. I don't know if it's right, but we'll find out.
I think that information I was going to share this morning, Mary, was about the weather.
Oh, okay. we were trying to chit chat, and she was going to share something with us.
Nicholas,
just a quick
heat going in winter too, yeah. Yes.
Did you guys see that the weather on the news? I rarely turn it on, but I did today. It said that there's record lows today in the north.
Oh, I didn't see it.
No.
And like Missoula is -7 degrees today, which is a new record, and it's normally 10 degrees this time of year.
10 above.
Yeah. So
The
it's
temperature's been
-7. We're
fluctuating.
going to get there.
Temperature here has been fluctuating really heavy. It's supposed to be 77 the next 2 days, and it's been like 45, 50 degrees the last 3. So,
Wow.
Where are you at?
Ohio, northern Ohio.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, they're saying like normally we're getting like new records for the highs, and it's like a 2-to-1 ratio. So this year it's unusual that we're getting record lows. So that's a good thing, I think.
And going back to the keeping an aquarium without any electronics or anything, I've ran a couple experiments with Plecos and stuff, and I've kept a normal Pleco in a tank with no light, no pump, no filter, nothing for almost 6 years. And eventually I just got tired of it and tore the tank down. But I mean, he's still living to this day. So.
Well, Plecos, of course, are air breathers.
Are they? I didn't realize that.
That's why they come up to the top to release an old bubble of air and take in a new one. They do it rather instantly, but they have a primitive lung that actually holds air in it, and they can stay down for a good length of time, 10, 15 minutes, or longer if they're not moving. That's part of the reason they don't move around much. They're conserving their oxygen. So, and Corys as well. Corys also are air breathers.
Now that I didn't know at all.
well as well as all of the gouramis. They're all air breathers. Bettas are air breathers. So anything like that does not need O2 in the water at all. And it's because they come from places where the water is murky and stagnant very often and has very low dissolved oxygen levels in it. So they've adapted by breathing air. We lost him again.
Uh-oh. Yeah, one of my Corys just, it'll lay down at the bottom of the tank, like at an angle. And I'm like, what? Are you dead?
Yeah, we're all having trouble today.
Yeah.
Too. Same thing's happening to me. I'm on a hotspot and it's not real stable.
Never really been on a live stream or anything before, so it's kind of new to me. So.
Yeah, and I'm on a different computer, so I don't think my camera is as good.
You're a little dark, but the camera. Oh, by the way, KassCee,
it's rainy today.
Oh, okay. I watched your video on your ferns yesterday.
Yeah,
it was really delightful.
That's good.
It really was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And what I enjoyed most about it was just watching you talk.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's like my least favorite
I really
part.
did. Well, it was the most delightful part for me.
I'm like, did I talk too much? Was I going on too much?
You are such a lovely person, and that really came through. Just your gentle spirit, your delight, just your personality, and that just really shone like a bright light. It was just utterly delightful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you got great teeth. I don't know if that was your parents putting you in braces, but you got good teeth.
I was in braces for a different reason. I had like overbite when I was younger, so I was I was like a metal mouth as a kid.
Oh my word!
Terrible. But yeah, I appreciate that because I was thinking about re-editing it and taking parts out.
No, it was wonderful. It was really fun.
I think we're at a sink today.
You don't have a pond outdoors, do you?
Do I have a pond?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a pond in the backyard. It's like a natural spring, and then when they made my house, they dug out more of it.
Well, you'll need to show us that.
You can see it in the video I made of the money.
You have a wonderful yard. Yeah, your yard is magnificent. Do a video of your whole yard.
Is.
That would be worth seeing.
It's very wild.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Just those great oak trees.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it really kind of inspired me. It's I'm looking at a home right now near where I am that's right on the creek. And it's really quite lovely. So we'll see if anything happens. But that would be nice. What else is going on? Mary Pitt? Yeah, go ahead, Misfit. What did you say, Misfit?
Oh, I said I'd give a lot to find a decent house around where I live. There's not much around here. Kind of stuck where I'm at.
Know the feeling Steve Poland. Who is Steve Poland?
He was the one that did that video on the Plecos and invasive species, you know, in Florida. I think it was Poland, or is it Pollard?
Pollard, I think, yeah.
I may have said that wrong. Pollard, I'm sorry.
Yeah, post the link.
Good morning, Alex.
Bright-eyed bushy tail. Well, we're struggling with it. We're working on it.
I feel like we're out of sync today.
Yeah, we really
Well,
are.
We've got some lagging going on.
Yeah, I feel like I'm cutting off Father Fish, or he can't hear me.
Well, it's a bad signal. We've got bad signal problems. I'm.
Yeah, Rohan says the Plecos are a big problem around the world. But they can't survive in the cold water at all, can they?
That's correct. Right. Okay. They cannot. Yeah, when it gets down into the 40s or low 50s here in Florida, most of the invasive species die off. It does not happen very often, particularly down where we are. I mean, if it's one night, it won't matter. But if it's a few days, 2 or 3 days of low temperatures, and there will be dead Plecos everywhere.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's just a stinky mess.
Oh, I can imagine.
As well as other fish like the tilapia, Oscars, just so many fish will just die out. It's the way that invasive species gets controlled in Florida. Now, that does not happen in the Everglades. It doesn't get that cold. It'll get down maybe in the high 50s, but doesn't get colder than that. So we don't have that benefit down there. But here where I am, probably 2 or 3 times in the 30 years I've been here, the temperatures have dipped into the 40s for several days in a row. And we've had massive kill-offs of invasive species.
Wow. Rohan had a question yesterday, Father Fish.
Yes.
I think, were we on brine shrimp again? But he was following up.
Yeah, we were talking about shrimp. What's it called? The company.
Brine Shrimp Direct.
Shrimp Direct, right. Yeah, what's the question?
He says, I've got a bottle of cysts in capsules of Salt Lake I'm sorry. Forgive me for saying this. Artemia? I don't know how to say that.
Correct. Yes.
Artemia?
Artemia, okay. Correct.
Is that non-decapsulated brine shrimp? And is the hatching process the same?
They're in brine? Is that what you said?
He says the bottle of cysts is in capsules of Salt Lake Artemia.
Are they dry or are they in a brine solution?
I'm wondering if he got water from his local, lake and put the cysts in there.
Well, it has to be salt water. They're not going to have.
Well, he said it was a salt lake. Is that the name of the lake? Salt Lake Artemia?
In Utah. Yes. Where is he? He's in.
This is Rohan. He's in the Himalayas.
He's in. Oh my goodness. So wow, that's really interesting. So probably what he has is dry cysts. If he has dry, they will not hatch. If they are in a brine solution, then they're the hatching type. Betsy is here. Good morning, Betsy.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good.
Good morning, Betsy.
Good morning, everybody.
Betsy spot. We need a daily visit from you, Betsy.
Well, I'm here daily.
Right. Easy to do.
Yep.
We've lost Misfit
He's gonna show and tell, it looks like.
Oh, he's showing. Yep.
but he's got himself muted.
Oh, okay. Yep. There we go.
Maybe
Oh,
wanna
I'm
talk.
sorry, I didn't see that. Anyways, I just set up a 75-gallon tank not too long ago, and I dropped a couple of these zebra obliquin that I rescued in there, and their colors are just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Trying to get the male to come out. He's
It's
a
a
little
gorgeous fish.
weird. Mm-hmm.
My phone is slow.
Well, he's kind of hiding there. I call him Popeye. He used to fight a lot with all the other fish in the tank that he was in, and he's got a crooked
Come on.
jaw. There he is. Kind of hiding around that driftwood back there.
I haven't.
Well, he colored down all.
Yeah, I've not had any in a while.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to breed, but they just
Nice.
the female just won't put out.
Feed them some kind of live food. Chop
Yeah,
up
feed 'em-
worms.
Yeah, I feed them bloodworms, little chunks of tilapia. I feed them brine shrimp, everything I can.
It'll come. She just needs to egg up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we answered Rohan. If
Not adequately.
I'm wondering if he's asking if doing like the hatching process is the same with cyst as it is with brine shrimp. I'm thinking that's his question.
Yeah, the hatching process is the same. The issue is you get the decapsulated in two forms, hatching and non-hatching. The difference is that the non-hatching decapsulated brine shrimp or Artemia eggs are dry. They're in, I've got some right here. This is decapsulated. I don't know if you can see this. Decapsulated brine shrimp eggs, dry. They will not hatch. They are dead. They have been freeze dried. Now I've got Artemia on my keyboard. And I'm blowing my teeth out of my mouth. We're having a lot of trouble today. Okay, so the dry like this, if that's what you have, they will not hatch. The wet, there is another form in which you can get them. It is a refrigerated form. They have to be kept refrigerated. They are in a very heavy brine solution, salt water, heavy enough that they're not going to hatch in it. So it's like the level of brine that you make pickles in or something. It's a very, very dense brine solution that preserves them without killing them. And they're good in that solution for about 6 months. Now, you can purchase both of these from Brine Shrimp Direct. You need to specify which you want. The hatching comes in 4 ounces and it costs about $10. And that will give you enough eggs to be able to have a hatching every day for a long time, maybe a year. You can buy the non-hatching, which are a wonderful food for baby fish. You treat it just like a food. You put it in the water, it reconstitutes enough that the fish can eat it, and it provides an immediate high quality food for the baby fish. Most baby fish will eat that. They have to be a large enough baby to be able to. I feed it to baby cichlids, not baby rams, but like baby Central American cichlids, Oscars, angels, those sorts of cichlids. So I hope that answers the question. Now, he's in the Himalayas. I rather expect our salt lakes in the Himalayas. And if he's getting Artemia from there, it'll be the same process. It'll be in salt water and a very briny solution. Keep in mind that most of these lakes, like the Great Salt Lake in Utah, like the Dead Sea, although I think the Dead Sea does not have shrimp in it. I'm not sure about that. So somebody needs to look into that for me. But I think it's too briny to be able to sustain even brine shrimp. But Salt Lake and Salt Lake City, the salt pans in the Andes, perhaps salt pans in the Himalayas, all have Artemia in them. They also have algae growing in them, and that's what the Artemia are eating. So the what's the real high grade algae that we're using for everything that comes in a powdered form as well? What is that stuff?
Spirulina?
Spirulina. Spirulina is an algae from the Andes that's cultured in artificial culture artificially. But spirulina is what the Andes brine shrimp eat, and there are vast flocks of flamingos that live in those lakes, live and breed in those lakes, and that's what they eat, and that's why they're red, because they're eating the Artemia. So
I think Misfits, said you
did you
had
have
to go
something
here in
else you
just
want
a
to talk
second.
about, Misfit?
No, I just really wanted to come up and say hi to everyone more than anything.
Well,
Thank you.
Oh,
nice to
okay.
have you visit. Great.
No problem. It was nice to
Appreciate
talk
it.
to everybody.
Nice
Have to
Yeah.
have more often.
name.
Yeah, keep us
No problem.
posted. Keep us
Oh, I
posted.
will.
Yes.
Nice fit.
Oh, I will.
We want more show and tell.
Always.
You too, guys. I'll leave
Have
it
a
on
great
so
day.
so you guys get the view.
Thank you for coming up.
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh, excuse me. I figured out what.
Hello, Chalupa,
What?
no tomatoes. I like that name. Chalupa,
Chalupa,
no
no
tomatoes.
Who are
Said
we
hello.
talking
Somebody.
about?
There's a new person, Chalupa No Tomatoes,
Yeah.
at 8:51. I don't know. I thought we were trying to. Lee could not understand the memberships yesterday. I thought he heard it and just didn't couldn't afford it at
Well, I
all.
talked to him. Is he still on it today? I talked to him
He
yesterday.
said he's fine with it today, but
He's happy. He's going to do it.
Yeah, I got it worked out with him.
yeah, he said you called, I guess, and explained.
Right.
I was trying to calm him down yesterday. I was like, Lee, just relax. It'll be fine. I don't think it takes away from anything we're doing here, right, Father Fish?
It does not. And let me say one more thing about it, because
I did hear fishy. Sorry.
Oh, she's talking to HereFishy. Excuse me. They can't hear you, Mary.
He's replying out loud.
I know.
I tried to use my talk to text.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Yeah. If you sign up for the basic membership, which is $4.99 or $5 or whatever it is, that at this point gives you everything we're doing. So you're not going to lose out on anything. It will give you access to Discord. which a number of people are already on, and it's picking up. We need to get Lee over there. If you once you have your membership, if you go onto the Discord link, I think you will be automatically put on. Thomas is monitoring that, and Lee's going to be on it more commonly or more frequently as a monitor. Chevy Fish is already on there, so we've got some good high quality monitors on there. There is a way to do video on Discord. We'll look into that eventually. We can also do voice on it. We decided not to do that at this point because it gets confusing. But we're going to get it up and get going and see how it goes. There's much more we can do with that. I think ultimately we may find ourselves moving to a more friendly platform. But we'll see. Yeah, we don't want to lose touch with the fish fan. I think that's an important part of what we're all about here. So we're not thinking about leaving YouTube. We're simply looking at other ways we can provide a broader range of services and opportunities for communication with our shoal. So chalupa, no tomatoes. How do you do chalupa with no tomatoes? I mean, that sounds sinful to me. I don't know.
That's the way I eat mine.
Who would even what chalupa, no tomatoes? Really?
Me. No tomatoes, no onions, please.
Oh dear. All right.
I'm the oddball.
What is chalupa?
A rolled up, wonderful.
It's a Mexican.
I don't know what else in it. Yeah.
I think I ordered it at Taco Bell.
Like a tortilla. Yes, that's right.
Okay, good, Rohan. He said
Steak
father
soft
fish
shell taco. Steak soft shell taco.
Yeah.
What else you
That's
got?
bomb.
Right.
Alrighty.
You'll get HereFishies.
I have Sharpies before HereFishy, so
Okay.
she's still in line.
Gotcha.
Sharpies asked. Sharpies Models and Aquatics.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's have it.
Okay. I was just trying to get the name. Okay. Do you have any ideas on how to slow down breeding in either cribs or bristle noses? I've tried warmer water changes and that has slowed things down by about a week.
I don't understand what you're trying to do.
Do you have any ideas on how to slow down breeding? Slow it down.
Slow down breeding. Slow down breeding.
I think they're doing the opposite of what you do when you try to breed, like making the water warmer.
Want to slow down breeding. Well, I don't want to get banned here. For
he says he's just trying not to get overwhelmed with babies, is what he said. He just
separate them.
Yeah, just
Get
leave
more
them,
tanks.
leave them in the tank. They will naturally settle themselves into a stable population. Once there are enough babies around, the parents will stop breeding. Breeding only occurs as a function of building a stable population. So once you get 20 or 30 fish in there, an inch or two long, it's going to slow down breeding substantially. Leave the babies in with the parents. That controls breeding. What are you giggling about, Mary?
Because HereFishy said just put a crayfish in the tank.
Oh, yeah.
HereFishy said add a crayfish.
I was trying to avoid comments of that ilk.
Oh,
Mercy, mercy.
I missed that. I saw Roman's comment, but it was it
oh,
wasn't
please.
funny like that one.
Yeah. Lee
It was
said,
just
I joined.
More tanks.
yeah. Sometimes we're
Okay,
just
I
laughing
saw
at
that.
Lee,
Yeah.
and we're trying not to try not to
That's
say
why I try
anything.
to keep myself muted.
What? It is 9 o'clock. I need to take a little break. Let's see if we can.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Me too.
Let's see if we can find some music here. Give me a second to get it up.
Yeah. He said he
Well,
solved
when
his
you
guppy
come
problems with the
back,
Beesher.
We need what? I'm sorry.
when you come back, we have another question in the queue.
Music of Father Fish. Here we go.
Okay. I'll be back.
Okay.
Here,
Oh, I
go
gotta do this
ahead.
one. Not that one. This time.
I'm gonna put this on and let her rip for a while. Let me turn that off. Get down here.
Out in the shore, the people are kind. They'll treat you to take root, help you are mine. And if you come broken, they'll see that you know. I wish I was with them again. Constant to be with you again. In the town of Baltimore lived a man of the sea, and he told us of his life in the land by Chesapeake. So we searched up on YouTube till we found his tank so clean, and we smiled, we found our way on Father Fish's fun lush stream. We all love Father Fish's great lush stream. He keeps his tank so clean, the plants they are so green. We all love his fluffy beard, it is so white. His eyes they are so bright, he always keeps it tight. And our friends are all aboard, many more of them, while they still snore. But the watch him on replay. We all love Father Fish's great life stream. His tanks they are so clean, the plants they are so green. We all love his fluffy beard, it is so white. He always keeps it tight. His eyes are so bright. As we live the life fishy. Everyone!
Father Fish, Father Fish. One place to go to if you have thick, your fish may itch or even flash. So Father Fish is your one-stop cap. Cap it all with an inch of sand. Cap it all with an inch of sand. Raise the temperature with a helping hand. And add some garlic on top of that sand. The it will go, your plants will grow, and all of your fish will have a happy home. Father Fish, so Father Fish, your one-stop wonder if you keep fish. Starring Sir Father Fish and all his followers on the Father Fish channel. Over to you, Sir Father Fish.
my way. I found my way to Father Fish. He comes on in the morning every day. Add some soil, cap it with sand, then add plants. He will help you do it the right way. Add some fish, then walk away. Feed them high quality food. Thy food is best. Keep it dirted, keep it all natural. I found my way back to Father Fish. Bye, all.
When I find myself in times of take trouble, Father Fish, he comforts me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my time of darkness, he is streaming right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Add some sand and let it be. All those words of wisdom, let it be.
Did the Yellow Submarine play? I
And
guess
all
it
the
did.
broken-hearted fishes living in the
Okay.
tank.
I don't know if it did.
There is an answer.
Was that the Baltimore one?
For those
This
who
is the
may be
last one.
cloudy, there is still a chance that they can.
Whoop, I messed up. I lost it. Sorry, Cassie. Roxy. There's her picture there. That's what I was trying to do.
Show her picture.
Yeah, but I can't do two things at once because that's the shot from her her message, and I don't have it on her song. Why don't you do? Gee whiz, we need somebody to do that for me. Put the put Cass's picture. Either that or redo the song. I mean, it's nice. It doesn't need to be redone, but it would be good to have your picture on it. Anyway, so we're back.
Ooh,
Hi,
are you
Mary
talking
Page.
about
Hello.
Roxanne?
You're
You
there.
want Roxanne to do her song with her picture?
I'm in on the Christmas songs. That's where I'm going to shine.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
Yeah. We're going to do a Christmas album, people. We're going to do Father Fish Christmas carols. And we're going to go around and what's it called? When Mom.
We go caroling. We're going to go caroling to all the other channels.
Right. We're going to carol all of the other live streams.
We're
going to go in as a
I
gang.
said, be careful. You might be put in timeout.
Oh, mercy. So what else is going on here? T-Bone's with us. What
Hey,
else?
T-Bone. I'm so scatterbrained today. I'm all over the place.
HereFishy.
I think my internet's out in my head.
Post the link again here.
HereFishy had a question, Father Fish, earlier.
What is it?
At 8:27. I bought Oyster Shell by MannaPro for chickens. Let me make my window bigger. It says pullet sized. Is it pullet or pellet? It says pullet sized oyster shell and coral calcium. I started putting it in my hard water tanks. Do you see any problems with that?
No. No,
Good
it's
idea.
the same thing as if you put crushed coral in. It really amounts to the same thing. It will add to the GH, the general hardness of your system. Putting it in hard water is like carrying coals to Newcastle or selling refrigerators to the Eskimos. It's you're gilding the lily, if you will.
Speaking
It's a
of,
series of analogies.
see these things? Wait a minute.
Yeah, what are those things? I don't see
Mineral.
them. I see the corner of a package.
Mineral rock.
Mineral.
Are these
Mineral
any good?
rock.
Do they really work?
Well, it depends what it's made of. If it's some kind of
I can't see it.
calcium that dissolves, put it in your mouth and see what it tastes like.
See if it helps with the heartburn.
Well, it might.
Then I'd break my teeth out, and I'm hanging on to these.
You don't chew it, just taste it.
Good morning, Dead Fred.
If you can taste it, then it's something that's going to dissolve.
You want me to really do it?
What's
I'll
it look
really do it. I'll really taste one.
Yeah, see what it tastes like.
Here's what it looks like.
Put your finger on. Put your finger. Good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
look like calcium. Just
tastes like some dirt.
okay. So it's probably got calcium in it.
It tastes like it came out of the driveway. Maybe they just took some stones and put some calcium powder on it.
Yeah, it's got right calcium. That's probably exactly what it is. It's probably a little piece of granite that's been rolled around in calcium powder.
Yeah, because I noticed
that would make it about a
famous.
99% ripoff.
That's what I'm thinking. It was a ripoff. This was in my days before Father Fish. I don't have a lot of products. I mean, I'm on the bare. I got a bottle of Prime, some bug bites, and some nets. That's about it.
Yeah, the crushed oyster shell.
Ow, wet socks.
Crushed oyster shell is a good product to put in your tank. It's going to increase the general hardness and will provide some KH, some calcium carbonates. So the carbonates. Is Alex on here? I don't know how much carbonate is in oyster.
Yeah,
He's
Alex,
on here.
he should come on. Did you like that, Lee? I had to try it. Only here on Father Fish. Roxanne said, taste the bug bites. Oh, I will.
Taste them good.
I'll do it.
Mercy, mercy. Fennifer J. Puddle is with us.
Hi, Fennifer.
How do you add magnesium and other stuff usually found in GH other than with fruits or crushed coral? Well, that's what the supplements are. I have about 7 supplements, and that's precisely what they are and why I do it. It's a way to be able to add all of those trace elements into your substrate. So for $19.95, you get a package of mineral supplements, and various kinds of organic supplements. So it's organic and inorganic supplements for $19.95, enough supplement to be able to create 100 gallons worth of substrate like that. Or about, what would that be? Actual gallonage of substrate would be about 5 gallons. Is that right? at least. Yeah,
Ask again.
probably more. Probably more like, yeah, be more like 10 gallons. What is, oh, there it is. There's the supplement. She has apparently, have you used any? No, I guess not.
No, I've used a very little bit when I redid this tank.
Yeah,
I put a little bit under my stratum. But yeah, this is for my big tank that I'm going to be setting up.
Supplement. There's enough supplement in the bag to do 10 gallons of substrate.
100.
The substrate is comprised of, I usually use 3 things, but it doesn't matter what you use. I use a good, I use peat moss, chopped peat moss, as the dominant element.
Fatherfish, do you want to make yourself large
soil
and then talk about this so we can maybe use it later? Okay, I'm doing that hand thing.
He's got the list. Let's get the list up.
Can you see it?
I don't want it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the directions for how to use the supplement. We're not going to go over it in detail, but the general idea is that it provides. How do I do this? There. So the bag of supplement will make about 10 gallons of
100
substrate. Yeah, enough to do. If you 5 gallons is more than enough for a 55-gallon tank. You need an inch plus of substrate in a 55 or in anything. In a really big tank, I do more. I'll do like 2 inches. But the package will make about 10 gallons, 2 5-gallon buckets of substrate. You can stretch it out and make more with it, or less for that matter. There's no rigid formula for it. I use 4 things actually. I use red bag cat litter from Walmart. It does not dissolve. It does not clump. It's non-clumping, if you will, cat litter. It's clay. It's pure clay that's been baked, so it stays in its baked form. I use I use potting soil. You can use any kind of potting soil. You can use garden soil. You can use dirt from your backyard. You can use mud from your creek. Anything. It doesn't matter. I use peat moss to kind of to create a filler. I make mud out of that, pour it in the bottom of the tank, then pour dry sand 2 inches deep minimum on top of all that. The purpose of the sand is to cap the dirt and keep it out of the water. So it becomes really important then to not stir up that sand. When you add water to it, to not let the water going in stir it up and boil it up, because you'll just make a mess. So the purpose of the sand is to act as literally a cap, literally a barrier, preventing the substrate from entering the water column. So anyway, that's what all that's about. How did that come up? What was the question? Something about adding supplements. How do you add supplements? Anyhow, that's how I do it. Magnesium, for example, I add by including Epsom salts in the supplement. So that's one of about 11 different ingredients that I have in that supplement. I also add calcium. Were I to buy a big bag of oyster scratch, chicken oyster scratch, I would put a couple of handsful of that in. So like that. The clay is particularly good, but again, it's something you want to keep in the substrate and out of the water column. It's really important to do that. Otherwise, you're going to wind up with astounding algae blooms. That because you'll have so much nutrient in your water column that whatever plants you have in there that draw from the water column won't be able to deal with all of it, and interlopers will come in and say, "Hey, free food," and they'll all jump in and start eating and filling up and making babies, and before long you'll have Miramoss. You have in its raw form.
And you'll have to roll it yourself into little balls. Or hire somebody from Japan.
Yourself, that's right. Or hire a little Japanese to come in and roll your Miramoss. You know what's funny about that to me is I had a friend who was precisely that. He was a little Japanese fellow who he came over. He was from a very wealthy family, and he was trained in all of the fine arts in Japan. He was also deaf. He could not speak, used sign language, but he was highly artistic in Japanese art forms. I'm going to go down a bad road here pretty quick, but the reason he came over, and this was a long time ago, this was back in the 60s, early 70s. He came over because he was homosexual and he was having trouble with the culture. There was at that time in Japan a very strong sentiment against homosexuality, and it was better here. So he came over. Yeah, there was some comment back then about him being a geisha, but that wasn't true. He never did that. Anyway, he did quite a lot of art form and did a number of gardens, Japanese gardens. So he literally, for a while, was my little Japanese gardener. So when I think about that, I think about him. Delightful man, just delightful. I met him last in his, he was in his 70s, I guess. He was older than me. A little older than me, not much.
Oh, well,
I met him last just about 20 years ago. Sweet man, nice man. Yes, Mary Page.
Oh,
Enough of that.
Would you drop the link again? I think Alex and Dead Fred might join us.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Now we're in trouble. And we were doing so well on our own.
Well,
okay,
exit
guys.
stage right, Mary.
Yeah. It's time for all the women to have a show and have all the men up there. How about that?
And we had one more question.
Imagine moving away from Japan. Yeah, well, this was a long time ago.
But Foxy Fish had a question.
All right, who's here? Is Dead Fred's here? Hi, Dead Fred.
Hi,
Good morning,
Dead Fred.
How are you, brother?
How are you? Good. How are you?
What's up? Thank you. Good morning, KassCee Bee. Good morning, Mary Page. How are you, ladies?
Doing well,
How are you?
I can't do this anymore. I gotta get back. Here we are. Hey, Dead Fred. Good to see you, buddy.
He's got that voice.
All right. Oh, guess who else?
You're fine, Father Fish. We love your voice.
That's right.
Chalupa. Let's see. We need to do something.
Peplin said, "Is that Barry White?" I love it.
HereFishy was
Brown.
asking, are you a
Hey,
radio
No, I'm not
Chalupa.
that deep.
DJ?
I'm more
Chalupa.
baritone. I'm not as deep as Barry.
You see who Chalupa is.
Say what? Say
Do you see who Chalupa is?
Chalupa's the
Chalupa, no chalupa.
yeah. I see. I do. Now we Chalupa knows Chalupa.
I can't see. Who is that?
He looks very Oriental.
Oh, I
doesn't
know who it is.
he? Yeah, he's got his Oriental little Fu Manchu going.
It's
With
that.
high eyebrows. We got it. All right. So what are you telling us, Chalupa?
Oh, I'm not telling you anything special this morning. Just saying hello. Just saying I'll
You're
have
gonna
the
get beat
chalupa
up, I
without
can
the
tell.
chalupa. But
I'm with you.
what I wanted
With
to
no Chalupa.
what I wanted to say is that Fred and I, and amongst others, were having a conversation that I thought you would enjoy. And it was Fred's angle on things that I really appreciated, and I thought maybe he would want to share if you're comfortable, Fred. I know it's kind of awkward for me to just throw it out there like that, but I found it fascinating when you spoke on it, and just thought maybe we'd chat about it for a moment.
Well, now I'm wondering which aspect of the conversation, because like I think I went over 3 stories and then like we
That's
went
true.
way.
We did. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna say that Father Fish has talked about the reward in taking care of a life form and watching creation happen under our care, so to speak, and it being a spiritual connection and investment. And I was kind of just talking about the wonder that you were hinting at in the world and the various filters in which we perceive that. I know it's early,
Well,
but I found your voice and your thoughts both very soothing.
Nice.
Well, thank you. Well, I believe that our intent has a lot to do with the results that we receive. That's how some people are able to keep fish in extreme parameters that they don't belong in. You can call it love, you can call it spirit or whatever, but when you hear about that one oddball goldfish that loves that tropical heat, or that one piranha that loves its water cold, or it's always that one oddball fish. It's never the norm. But it's kind of like and I'm not a religious individual at all, but I do believe that there's something big about people who, even though they eat unhealthy, every time they go to eat, they wash their hands and then they give thanks. That energy that you put out, it definitely comes back to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just think that I think that's very true.
That's beautiful, and that's so true.
So there's a link. There's a linkage then that fish keeper has with that animal that allows them to somehow exist as a kind of team or as a family. It's a brotherhood.
Most definitely, and it's not just restricted to aquatic life. I mean, I've seen dogs cry after their owners pass. I've heard cats howl, just howl out of loneliness. And cats are notoriously solitary animals. They have a devil may care attitude. You pet me, don't pet me. If you do pet me, I might just scratch you. But it's individualized because of the bond that's created between the pet owner and the pet, because it's a relationship where it's not just a pet and pet owner.
Yeah. Yeah, I just lost my cat of 14 years, and it was a cat I had from its birth.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, well, thank you. Yeah, I had it from its birth. It was a Bengal, so it was a big cat.
I have a Bengal. I love them.
Yeah, very, very gentle animal. Was always a very gentle animal. He was a hunter. I mean, and he hunted pretty big prey. He would catch and eat his prime. He would catch and eat a full-grown rabbit. He was quite a guy. But I would go out in the morning and find
Would he leave you
a little
gifts?
pile of offal that he wouldn't even cut. The rest of it was gone. But in his later years, he developed arthritis. He had kidney failure, and he had dysplasia in his back hip, such that he really struggled to get around. Yeah, the arthritis, I think, is what was the biggest problem for him.
Wow, I didn't know cats could get dysplasia.
He struggled to get for many years out and visit. Anybody who came in the door, he would come say hello to them. I finally took him home where he'd be more comfortable. And when I would come in home and get up in my recliner, he'd jump up into my lap. And we would sit there for an hour or so. He would sleep with me at night. He never once scratched me, never once bit me, never once.
My Bengal's the exact same way. He was 32 pounds and never did that.
He was the amazing cats. He finally, on his last day, he jumped into my lap. He didn't jump. He crawled up into my lap. I held him, and when I put him back down, he could not walk. He had lost the use of his legs. So I thought it might be something that would clear up with food, or that it might go away, but it didn't. It persisted, and I finally let him go. But he had no quality of life yet. It left. He simply crawled into the litter box and stayed there, so he wouldn't mess up the house.
Yeah.
And finally he died in my arms. Sweet animal. Sweet animal. But you know,
it was really nice of him to do that and not try to mess up your house.
Was very close to him. I was with him every day for 15 years, and he was my best friend. And when he died, I miss seeing him, but I'm not emotionally distraught about it. Not even a little bit.
You know what kind of life he had.
Yeah, well, because he went when it was time for him to go.
Right.
When he couldn't stay, he had nothing left to live for.
Right.
And it was best for him to pass on. And kind of he knew that, and I knew that, and we said goodbye.
Yep.
But didn't really say goodbye because he's still there. His spirit still hovers around. I still, I still sense his presence. Is that the kind of you're talking about, Dad, Fred?
That is exactly what I'm talking about, Father Fish. In fact, that reminds me of in my first marriage. I had married an older woman, and my eldest stepson had brought home a pit bull. And I loved dogs growing up, but I'm allergic to animal dander. So my first reaction was get that thing out the house. And one day I go downstairs in the basement, and he promised me it was going the next day. But that weekend I go downstairs into the basement, and the poor thing is inside of a cage that he can't even stand all the way up in. I looked through the cage and I could see his ribs through his coat, and I let him out of that cage and I never put him back in one. I didn't expect him to make it through the week, and he lived 5 years. And when he was gone, I can say that was the first time in my life that I actually kind of felt relieved, almost, because I kind of feel like I gave that dog a full life, and he turned out to be just a huge playful puppy. I mean, he turned into a big pit bull. So if you can imagine seeing me in the yard, and the dog is almost as big as me. He's like jumping up on my chest, and he's using my hand as a chew toy. And if you came over, I messed up early on. I kind of trained him to play footsies. I'd kind of kick my foot at him, and he'd gnaw on your foot. So if you didn't know that he was being playful, you would think that you're getting attacked by a pit bull, but he was just a big puppy, and he had such a sweetheart, and it he had a lot of problems. For one, he had a scar that went from his neck all the way to the back of his groin, because I'm going to assume that somebody was trying to use him as a fighter, and it just wasn't in him, or maybe they just didn't train him. And that's probably why my stepson had bought him and was trying to sell him again. And but it like I felt like a sense of relief, like I felt like a sense of accomplishment, like I really gave one of my fellow earthlings a good life experience by taking care of them.
Dogs teach
So
us
yeah,
more. Yeah,
I get what you mean when you say that you were not emotionally distraught about it, because like I felt like something was missing, but I didn't feel like I wasn't hurt to know that he was gone. You know what I mean?
Didn't grieve over it. Yeah. Yeah,
No,
I think we grieve when
I felt relieved.
Yeah, grief comes when we feel grief when death comes at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
think too that like with fish keeping, we have a lot of people in the community that are very sensitive when they lose a fish, and I can understand that, especially if I've gotten close or it's a fish with a lot of personality. And a lot of people are allergic, can't have other pets too. Like I have that issue. I have a Bengal cat, but I had to give it to my parents because after 6 years I was getting hives every day, and it was just kind of an issue for me. And so I still go visit it. Yeah, he's a 32-pound. He's an F1 Bengal, so he's a quarter Asian leopard cat and then Egyptian mouse. So he's a 32-pound exotic cat basically. And so I had to get a permit, and I had to like get my house checked out when I first got him. But
oh wow,
he's just a big teddy bear. He's never hurt anybody. He just never claws anyone, never bites anybody. Bengals are sweethearts. But what I was going to say is when a fish passes and somebody's gotten close to it too, I always try to remind people that even if a whole tank of fish, something went wrong and you lose them, you can take that grief if you are feeling grief, and it becomes useful for the caring of all your future fish. Learn something from what happened, but in those experiences, it's not always just a loss. I think we feel grief so that we remember it. Pain happens when you work out and muscles tear so that they can grow stronger. And when we're making mistakes or when things like that happen, or we don't know why it happened, I think that in the hobby, it's just important to remember that your husbandry and your skills and the life forms and the energy, it's all a continuum. If you're going to be doing this as a fulfilling hobby of long-term interest, and you should just feel that pain if that's the instinctual thing you feel, but make it useful, make that a memory that you train yourself with. Okay, I'm going to learn more about what happened. If it was ammonia or if it was an illness, what were the signs? And that will then improve the lives of so many more animals in the future, and your own, fulfillment with the connection between those creatures. So, I just really appreciated. Fred and I had talked the other night. He was, we were talking, came from a totally different angle, but we ended up talking about just that kind of life energy, the love, the connection, the nurturing that across all humanity, all religions, all scientific, whatever it is, that intangible love and kinship and brothership and education of life.
We don't know how to measure everything. We could measure liquid, we could measure weight, we could measure volume, but we really don't know how to measure love. We really don't know how to measure emotion. That's why there's so many different definitions for love. You got agape, philo, you got What's the other one? Agape, Philo, and Eros. You know, the romantic love. You know, we really don't know how to measure it, and a lot of times it's just the closest interpretation.
It'd be neat if we could. It's just how much we feel it.
Right.
What was it? Somebody told me one time, you can't miss what you can't measure, or you can't measure what you can't miss. I can't remember how that was said, but it's so true.
It sounds good both ways.
You've got to have something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to think, because, you don't know what you miss until it's gone. And then the vice versa too. People take for granted things they already have. And I don't know, there's just something special about animal people. They're just, as long I can't even hardly kill a bug, it just, I feel like everything, we all have lungs, we all have eyes, we all have ears, we all have hearts. It's just incredible when you think about the similarities. So, they might not be on our level, but they're on another level within their own, and they do love us. It's not just all about feeding. It is mostly. I mean, they're going to love whoever feeds them.
We experience.
Yeah, there does become bonds. Like this whole thing.
You get what you put in,
Right.
I mean, it's also a symbol, and I think
you get garbage out.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that people forget that
seeds.
People discount the value in, yes, maybe it's just a guppy, and maybe I would put that guppy as a feeder guppy in another tank, honestly, as somebody who understands other fish or whatnot.
Right.
And the circle of life. But if it's a guppy that you cared for and nurtured, it's about your experience and your path with that creature. And so when you lose it, it's an investment and it's a memory, and you need to commemorate that experience and take in what you gained from that, and pay homage to that being for teaching you and sharing its path with you. And I think we forget that in the modern world a lot. So
it's what we learn from animals that a lot of people don't realize. We learn so much from them.
When I think about all of the fish I have ever had, and realize that except for the ones I have here and now, or the ones I've put in people's homes that they still have, every one of those fish are gone. They're all dead. It gives us an experience of death that overcomes our greatest anxiety, because their greatest anxiety is death. And by keeping fish, we're keeping little animals that are going to die, and they're going to die in our hand. They're going to die in our care. And by being able to accept that, to do the very best we can with it, and to not feel guilty or ashamed, not feel broken by it, not feel as though we've done something wrong, but treat it as a natural process of what we're trying to achieve and what we're doing in our relationship with these little animals. It gives us a whole different sense of what life and death is really all about. I mean, I'm 80 years old. I don't know if I have another 6 months, another year, another 5 years, another 10 years. I have no idea and no way to know that, and frankly don't want to know that. But I know this. I know that what we've been able to do here is going to vibrate down when I'm gone. It will continue in so many different ways. It's like my cat Tom. He's gone, but he's still with me, because who he was is who he still is in me and in my environment. So we don't lose all of that by establishing that kind of link that Dead Fred's talking about. It keeps, because it keeps the love alive, because love cannot be destroyed. It's permanent. It survives death. Love is the one thing that is absolutely eternal
Absolutely.
in the universe. Love is God. God is love. Love cannot be taken away.
You're on
It
it.
cannot be diminished. It cannot be reduced. It cannot be destroyed. And
Right.
so it's always
It only
with us.
grows.
So what we have had remains with us.
Right.
And the last thing I want to say, and then I'll leave it in the very capable hands of all y'all, is that I say this when I have friends who pass that are humans, but when you commemorate a being's life form and its journey, whether that's a person that you cared about, a loved one, or whether that's an animal, whatever it is, whether you want to call it information theory or energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred and created, or you want to call it spirituality. I mean, it's when you take in your daily energy of food and give thanks and live a good life, you can amplify that love to everyone you know, and through that, those people are eternal. And our biggest anxiety, that death, that existential fear, in fish keeping, we confront that on a weekly or monthly basis if you have a lot of fish. And I know it's on a smaller version than a human, of course, but when we eat food, think about the amount of literal energy that's in your body. You can then tell 30 people who can then tell 30 people a story that resonates if it has meaning, and it transcends the laws of how much energy should be created and passed on through information theory, if you want to look at it through physics, or through spirituality. So I'm just saying that you know, the more we imbibe meaning into the things we encounter in our life, the more meaning they take on, which sounds obvious, but it's a really important thing, I think, when in this life and in this hobby to think about. So that's all I wanted to say, but I'll be quiet now, and I know that all of you can handle the rest of it, but I wanted to get Fred up here because he is someone who I feel is a kindred spirit, fellow being that is very in tune with these things and can communicate it better than I can.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to introduce him up this morning, since I don't know if you've been up before, but I wanted to.
Not on this stage, and I am honored to be here. Thank you, Father Fish, for allowing me to be here. And I'm just going to share two things real quick because I do have to get moving. I got a wedding to attend, literally. Alex, and you too as well, Father Fish, you really hit the nail on the head with something that we talked about in that stream the other night. Again, I'm not a religious individual, and I'm not the biggest believer of the scientific method. I think that there's truth and lies everywhere. But if we take a look on one side, on the religious side, Jesus said, "I'm the same yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forever." Krishna said the same thing. Mithra said the same thing. Dionysus said the same thing. Dakya said the same thing. And I'm going to leave that there because a lot of people don't like to hear that their God said something that somebody else said before their God said it. But that's religion. And if we go over to science, the law of the conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It simply changes form. And I can tell you that as someone who has lost his son, that is something that has been a help in comforting me in knowing that he is still with me. Well, he may not be physically here in a carnal form, but he does still exist. And I do feel that way about all life forms. And I'm a big believer of it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know, I don't look down on people who do live feedings of anything, of feeder fish, of worms, shrimps, whatever. there's already an established order that exists in nature, and if you can find a better way, you can find a better way. That's beautiful. If you could duplicate what you found in nature, that's beautiful as well. It's kind of like the people who keep the Skittles substrate, in their tanks. I think some of those theme tanks are beautiful. Some of them are ridiculous, but I think some of those theme tanks are beautiful.
Right.
I also think those natural biotope looking tanks, those self-sustained ecosystems, those no filter, no water change tanks, full of plants, full of life, constantly, creating a cycle. I think that that's just as beautiful as well, and to me, I resonate more with an individual because of the energy that they're putting into that, as opposed to uh, looking down on someone just because their gravel looks like rainbows.
I agree with that.
Uh, Also, and like I said, I just wanted to share two things. The other thing that I wanted to share was that uh, I wanted to give a shout out to Tiffany Rose from All in Tanks, because she issued me a challenge to
All right.
explain the nitrogen cycle. And if you've ever been to my page, you'll see that most of my content is just family related content, me sharing videos with family. I really don't have a lot of fish content. I'm here to learn about fish, not really, teach about fish. But
Same here.
I did accept the nitrogen cycle challenge, and I would like to ask anybody out there who's listening, if you know anything about the nitrogen cycle, create a video, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to get real deep about it. But the big thing about the nitrogen cycle challenge, it's not about winning a prize. It's about spreading
Right.
the education and spreading
Sharing
the
it.
knowledge. And the more people that know about the nitrogen cycle, the more competent aquarists we'll have out there.
That is
And
wonderful.
Now,
That really.
what that just put me in mind of is if you think of the nitrogen cycle in the context of what we've been talking about,
I was just thinking that
it is
too.
grapevines. It's the flow of life that flows through every aspect of life, flows through every animal, every plant, every aspect of the environment, and perpetuates itself. It goes from one animal into another, one plant into another, goes into the dirt, gets turned around and changed, and flows then back into plants.
And that's something we don't think about with the nitrogen
It's
cycle,
a
because
constant
we're
flowing
into the aquarium
cycle of,
hobby.
we can call it energy.
Yep. But the nitrogen cycle
exactly.
isn't just restricted
So
to water. The nitrogen cycle takes place in the air. The nitrogen cycle takes place in the earth. Like, the nitrogen cycle is all around us, and that's why I'm challenging people to do it, because it's interesting to find out some of the things that nitrogen is beneficial for. It's the most abundant gas that's in our atmosphere. There's more nitrogen in this atmosphere than there is oxygen, and you breathe oxygen in order for you to live
in our universe.
That's right.
Some plants will take nitrogen out of the air and put it into the dirt to make it available for other plants. Yeah, there's a reason for everything. I don't believe in coincidence.
No, we're all intertwined. And I just want to say thank you, Fred, for sharing that about your son.
No coincidences.
Because I just lost a grandson, a little baby, and
I remember.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to cry, but it gives me some kind of it gives me some peace knowing that his energy's still here. I'm watching my daughter struggle with it, and holidays are coming. She's looking at family pictures, thinking he's supposed to be in those pictures.
And all my fellow
and I'm just thankful you shared that. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're certainly welcome. And I'd like to give peace and blessings out to everybody. I do have to get moving. I do have a wedding to attend this afternoon. I got to find my mask because you already know I'm not even going to say that word on this channel. But
Right.
thank you for having me on, Father Fish. I really do appreciate it. Mary Kay,
you.
KassCee Bee, it's a pleasure.
Fred.
And
Appreciate your comments.
you folks have a
Yeah.
good one.
Thank you. You too.
Love you,
And
bro.
I'll be
Peace
listening
and blessings
on
back.
I've been charging up this whole time.
God bless. Love you.
Y'all get to
Have a
see
good-
me. Y'all get to see me cry. I'm just gonna cry. I don't care.
Mary, you're giving me goosebumps, Mary.
It takes. Hey, they say you have to feel. Love, you guys. You have to feel to heal. That's just part of it. If you bottle it up, it'll take you down. And you guys keep me up every day. So, but I'm crying. But it's not sad. It's not sad.
I cried for years and years and years after I lost my grandmother.
Yeah.
Any little thing, like any sad moment, would make me cry.
Oh yeah. Just things touch me, and when people are speaking that kind of language, that's my language. I understand the language of love, and I love the language of love, and I love all you guys. And now I'm gonna have mascara down my face. But if I'm gonna cry,
stay positive. You just
if I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry with
positive.
everybody. So
that's the only thing to get you through it is staying positive.
Yep. I guess we've made it to the end.
Let's see.
Good. And Foxy had a question.
I think we have.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can get her question in
What's
today.
the question, Foxy?
She said, can I make medicated fish food or do I buy it?
What she got, KassCee?
She said, can I make medicated
I
fish
didn't
food?
hear you. Trying.
Yeah, it's like a struggle today. Can I make medicated fish food or do I buy it? Mary, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well,
I think
depends what you're medicating it with. We sell a medicated fish food. It's the new brine pregnant one that has some it has some antibiotics in it.
Do you have it that you can show us?
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
Maybe
I really
Thomas
want
can
some
do
of
it.
that.
Right here.
Maybe Thomas can
It's
vlog
called-
about it today.
Yep, yeah.
I will make a. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do a little bit more than that about it today.
We'll do a little more video on it today.
Yeah,
Called
there you
brine.
go.
It's made in
That's a good
Israel.
vlog.
Contains
I missed the first vlog.
Mediterranean oregano, best
I think that
oregano
was
in the
the
world.
feeding.
And it also contains carvacrol, which is an antibacterial species bacteria. So you can buy it, you can make it if you've got the chemicals to. Well, wonderful, guys. It's amazing the directions that we go in without planning.
Yeah.
Delighted to meet Fred. That was pretty exciting stuff. Let's get Lee up here and have him sing us off.
Mary, blow Lee a kiss.
To everybody.
Mary, try
For everyone. Thank you, guys.
Everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Let's
Love you all.
Baby, let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Instrumental break.
What a bunch of them in salt. Maybe one cell. See how many on the list.
I hope the signal gets better tomorrow.
Baby, let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Oh, thank you, Alex.
Fish. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Bye, guys.
Good night, holiday.
Love everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank y'all.
Goodbye.
Y'all have a wonderful day. Love you all.
Thanks.
Let's see if I can get, here we go. Let's get this. So we'll go, well, let's just go.
Make sure we're not still live, are we? That was great. Are we still up? Yeah, we're still up.